Trump has asked the Supreme Court to keep his taxes secret after lower court ordered him to turn over the records. Mom, I do the news and your mom. Trump lawyers asked the Supreme Court to block Congress from obtaining years of his personal taxes. A federal appeals court panel cleared the way in August for the House Ways and Means Committee to get Trump's taxes. In their Supreme Court filing, Trump's lawyers accused lawmakers of trying to expose his financial information for the sake of exposure. Trump filed an emergency application asking the nation's highest court to issue an emergency stay of a D.C. federal appeals court ruling ordering the former president to turn his tax records over to Congress. In the filing, Trump accused lawmakers of trying to expose his tax information to the public. The committee's purpose in requesting the president's tax returns has nothing to do with funding or staffing issues at the IRS and everything to do with releasing the president's tax information to the public, the filing said. Washington, D.C. Federal Appeals Court panel in August cleared the way for the House committee to obtain Trump's taxes after years of back and forth between the committee and Trump's lawyers. D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals Judge David B. Santelli wrote that House Democrats' request for Trump's returns did not violate separation of powers principles, and that lawmakers on the powerful House and Ways and Means Committee have a legitimate reason to obtain the returns in order to better monitor the IRS's policy of auditing sitting presidents. Guy comment, did I tell you good evening? So glad to have you here. Just like with the Sunak story from earlier, I'm also going to preface this one by saying this is rumor, this is rumor, this is rumor. We're reading from Alternet, but they are going to cite The Hill, because I actually read this one before I pulled it up. Sources say that a Trump indictment is expected weeks after the midterms. This isn't liberal copium here either. Republican aides on Capitol Hill, GOP strategists, are expecting the U.S. Department of Justice to indict Donald Trump within weeks or months of the November election, which is just 8 days away. Some are warning that if that is the plan, it should be sooner rather than later. Former top Trump advisor Steve Bannon claims that the former president is indicted, DOJ will be defunded immediately, and Garland could face impeachment. The Hill reports those Republican aides and strategists privately expect Attorney General Merrick Garland to pursue an indictment of former President Trump within 60 to 90 days after Election Day, predicting the window for prosecuting Trump will close once the 2024 presidential campaign gains momentum. A couple of weeks after the election, I assume that Garland will indict Trump, an unnamed veteran Republican aide told The Hill, a right-leaning website, which, now I will say that media bias ranks them as center. And their reporting as factual, however they rank their opinions as mixed. But it calls them a right-leaning website, which adds that they were expressing a sentiment shared by several other GOP aides and strategists. I would call them a right-leaning website, however, media bias says they're center. One strategist identified as Vin Weber told The Hill, I think an indictment is a bad idea, but I think that Garland is under such political pressure by the Democratic left that it may well happen. Wow. Justin is expecting to have to shave his head. The way the DOJ is posturing makes me think they're going to indict him. I believe that, like, he has given them no other choice. And the thing that's going to be wild about this is, should they indict him, he will be given the option to come in and surrender with his attorneys, not have handcuffs put on him. Absolutely. They will afford him every opportunity to come in, do his booking photo in a suit and everything, and not be treated like a criminal. I don't think Trump is going to comply with that. Even if he has every lawyer around him saying, like, we need to go with you and turn yourself in to the DOJ, and then you await trial and you have to post bail, I don't think Trump will do it. So what happens when we get to the point that the DOJ has to go in and arrest him and take him in? You're welcome, Phoebe. And for the mods in the chat, bang Phoebe, please. Don't bang Phoebe. Bang Phoebe is the command to shout her out.
You live in sexual anarchy?
Sorry. That came out wrong. Exclamation point, Phoebe. That would be fun. That would be fun to watch them drag him out. Is he going to give them the option? Force them that is their only option. A lot of banging going on in the chat right now.
You live in sexual anarchy?
On far right-wing social media site Getter, convicted criminal Steve Bannon. He's going to have to serve his sentence here in a couple of weeks. Threatened that if the Department of Justice does indict his former boss, it will be defunded immediately. Two action items. The bombastic far-right extremist and purveyor of conspiracy theories told supporters. The DOJ, like, why don't we have a fucking video for this? Come on. Hold on. You know it's on the Twitter. You know this clip is on Twitter. Also, if any of you have seen me follow you, it is indeed me. You can follow me back. It is me. I've created a temporary Twitter account until Elon gives me my account back. Tickle my blue sea. Well, that's fucking shit. Okay, so tickle my blue sea, my friend. It's weird that you say all I can think about is Trump when, like, we barely talk about Trump. I mean, he forces us to have to talk about him. But, like, in terms of the percentage of Trump that we cover on this show, I usually go about 3 hours a night. And here lately, it has been, a 10, 15-minute block of the show, probably. For a good chunk, after January 6th died down, but once we get into, like, the fall of 2021, we barely mention Trump. And I've even, so when I started doing thumbnails for the live show and shit. Where's the last one? I was lazy today. I didn't make a live show thumbnail. See, even for the thumbnail, I just have Trump, like, he's always there in the shadows. Like, he looms over our politics, but I try not to acknowledge him. This show is definitely not the liberal copium of talking about Trump all the time. We just cover what is in the news, and Trump happens to be in the news a lot because he wants to be in the news. You realize that, right? Like, you can't fault me for, like, the clown is over here like, hey everybody, look at me, I'm trying to get everybody, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then when I acknowledge it for a few minutes, be like, oh, libturd, you can't keep your mind off Trump. It's a weird position to take.